What it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one and only Ash Said It. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,000 episodes, 500,000 streams worldwide would not be possible without you. So I thank you guys so very much. Today, I am talking with Travis of Atlanta Beer Bus. Hey, Travis.
Hey, Ash.
How's it going today?
So far, so good.
All right, cool beans.
Thanks for having me on.
Not a problem. I know you guys are busy now, gearing up for a big, busy summer, so I had to snatch you up.
Mm-hmm.
So, Travis,
Absolutely.
let our audience know, what was the inspiration behind creating the Atlanta Beer Bus?
Oh, yeah, of course. So a couple years ago, I took a trip to Asheville, North Carolina, and visited a bunch of breweries over there. Now, if you haven't been to Asheville, you can walk between 8 or 9 breweries all in one day, and it's just a matter of figuring out how to get between them, and found a company that provides a free map to everybody, walking directions. Here's where you want to start, here's where you go next, and gets you from point A to point B. And in 48 hours, we tried over 105 different beers. So
Wow.
you got to imagine that kind of an experience is hard to replicate. And here it is 2 years later, I'm still telling that story. So obviously it did something well.
Yeah.
And so it was just a matter of how do we bring that kind of experience over to Atlanta. Obviously, we can't walk between all of the breweries that we have here, but we do have a way to get people around if we put them in a bus. So that was kind of the inspiration for it all, and it's taken a couple of years to kind of hash it all out, but here we are.
Yes, and of course that was part of the media tour when you guys had a lot of people from the local ATM media, and we were touring and going around to the different breweries, and there were some that were hidden, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that this was back here. This is so hidden. So
Exactly, yeah.
So it was really awesome to go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. That's all.
No, you're good.
I was just gonna say, that's one thing that we've been finding is that there are several breweries in the city that people haven't even heard of, let alone gone to their physical location. So having a strong background in Atlanta brewing, I just decided, you know what, let's figure out a way to bring all of these places to the people.
What would you say has been the biggest obstacle as you guys were starting from this idea to actually putting a plan down on paper?
I'd say the biggest obstacle is logistics. Atlanta traffic's always going to be a burden on everybody, and we're kind of adding to that problem, but we're kind of taking it away because for every bus that we have out there, that's probably 3 or 4 Ubers who are taking off the road if people want to do the same thing. So, just having to deal with traffic and figure out the logistics around how to make it work and how to get people everywhere and make it a fun environment and not kind of you have to do this or a really restrictive experience. That's what I wanted to do, was make it as freeing as possible. So it really is a choose your own adventure for beer.
Yeah. And what I love, the atmosphere of the buses is really cool because, we had basically a built-in DJ / tour guide. And, they're telling us about all these different little, wonderful things about the cities that we may or may not be privy to. So to have that all-around experience and then get to visit some amazing breweries. Like, I've never been to a cidery before. So, Urban Tree, having that to be our, our start off point was pretty awesome. I was like, okay, I didn't even know that this was here. Now that I'm aware of it, I'm like, yes, this is how weekends are going to be spent. I need to be on the beer bus and I need to hit up some more of these other places that I'm not too familiar with. So I think that the overall experience is good. And now that we're going into, summer months, people are vacationing and touring and stuff. And this is a perfect, ideal situation for anyone in town or even from away from town to come and experience the Atlanta city life. I think it's definitely a plus.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, we kind of did it a little differently, and let me tell you a little bit more about how it typically works. So this, the way the media event worked, where we stopped all together, that's usually not how this is. It really is a choose your own adventure. You get to pick which location you start at. The buses are going to hit them all. You get on when you want to get on. You get off when you want to get off. Stay as long as you want at any one location. You don't have to hit them all. We recommend that you do because we can tell you something awesome about every single one of them that you probably didn't already know, and that way you're not tied to what somebody else thinks your brewery tour should be.
Gotcha. So say we stop off at Orpheus Brewing and
Sure.
we're there for maybe, I don't know, 15, 20 or so minutes. How will we signal you guys to let you know that we want to get on to the next stop?
Okay. So every time a bus arrives at any one of our locations, we have our on-board guru, who we call the beer nerd. They walk into the location with a sign that says "Beer bus leaving soon," and that way you know that there's a bus already there and about to leave. Now, we are working on some other options, but we also have the text for updates option as well. So you text our main number with your current location, and we can respond back with an ETA of the next bus. Typically, we aim for about 20 to 30 minutes between each bus. That gives enough time for a beer, maybe two, and before the next bus shows up. So you're not waiting too long, but you're also not rushed. Like every 10 minutes, you feel like you have to keep moving.
Gotcha. Okay, that's smart. That works. I was wondering about that earlier. That works out. All right, you guys. So we're going to take a brief break. When we come back, we're talking more with Travis, and we're talking about what's going on this summer at Atlanta Beer Bus, where you guys can take part. So hang tight. We will be right back. Did you know that some foods can cause weight gain, body aches, and extreme fatigue? These are just some of the symptoms of food intolerance. Well, what is food intolerance? Food intolerance can occur when the body cannot properly digest certain foods. This can result in acid reflux, migraines, and so many other painful issues. How do you find out what foods are causing this irritation? It's easy. Pinner Test. With 500,000 satisfied clients worldwide, Pinner Test is the #1 way of identifying foods that may be causing discomfort. This simple at-home kit is easy to use with results usually within 2 weeks via email. It's that simple, all right? What are you waiting for? Go visit pinnertest.com and use my special promo code AshSaidIt for your discount today. Welcome back to the Ash Said It Daily podcast show. We're chatting with Travis of Atlanta Beer Bus. And Travis, we're talking all about this amazing experience that you all have brought to our wonderful city. And I want to talk about events. What about parties? Can people book you guys if they're like, hey, I've got a birthday party going on. I want the Atlanta Beer Bus to take us around the city?
Yeah, so ultimately that's part of the business plan, is to have buses available for private starters. As of right now, the only days that really make sense are Wednesday and Thursday, because our buses aren't already running in rotation, and enough breweries are open for it to make any sense. People were asking us all week last week if we were going to be open on Memorial Day. We would have loved to, but there were only 2 or 3 breweries open, so it kind of waters down the experience, and it really forces you to stay at those 3 all day. So we try to make sure that you have enough options for us to be open. But yeah, we can definitely do something during the week, and hopefully very soon, once we get a couple more buses, we can do it on the weekends.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Last but certainly not least, why do people need to ride the Atlanta Beer Bus this summer?
Awesome. Yeah. One, obviously, is to try out all these breweries that you may not even heard of or have tried before. Some of these tap rooms are amazing. A lot now with the laws that changed back in September, a lot of the breweries only produce certain beers that they sell on site. They don't sell them in the stores. So you might say, yeah, I've had something from Second Self in the stores. I like their stuff. I just don't need to go to the brewery. You still got to go, because they still have things that you haven't tried that they will definitely blow you away. And same with Red Brick. Red Brick's tap, and only 3 of them are sold in stores. So
Mm.
every week we go in there, and it's something different. But this summer, yeah, we're going to be everywhere, and we're already looking into our second route to add in Decatur and Grant Park area, as
Ooh.
well as adding another brewery to the existing route. We have been in talks with a lot of different folks around town, and you're just going to see these buses flying around everywhere. So if you don't hop on, you're missing out.
This is true. And approximately how many breweries right now are active on your route?
We have 10 total stops.
Wow.
That includes 7 breweries, a ASW distillery, a Urban Tree cidery, and then also a Midtown MARTA station. And that's usually where we've been seeing a lot of traffic coming from is people take MARTA into Midtown, and they just pick us up at the MARTA station, and then they can start going all the way around. You can take MARTA, Uber to one of these locations, whatever works best for you.
That's smart. That really makes sense. I may have to do that. I definitely need to jump onto that, Travis. But Travis, thank you so much for joining us today. Let everyone know the best way to get in contact with you guys, and of course to hop on the ATL Beer Bus.
Awesome. Yes, we are AtlantaBeerBus.com, all spelled out. And we are also ATL Beer Bus on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Sounds like a plan. We appreciate you guys so very much. Thank you for tuning into the show. Keep in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face and tell them, don't believe me, just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for. We're doing this for the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is way better. Until next time, you guys.